I'm Chuck Long, and on this edition of the Entertainment Outlook, Studio Tenn kicks off its 5th year in its new permanent home at the factory in Franklin. The theme this season is blockbusters of the stage and screen. Here to bring us all the details, managing director, good friend Jake Speck. Great to see you, Jake.
Great to see you too, as always. Thanks for having me.
Amazing, absolutely. How fast it rolls around, getting ready for a new season.
Yeah, I know. Season 5.
Season 5, that's exciting too. Now we're going to talk about the season, preview the entire season. We'll talk about some of the cast that have been announced for it. But first, you guys are in a brand new space, so tell me about that.
We are. So we are now at the factory in Franklin, and the whole team there has just been wonderful in the transition of moving there. But we've taken Jameson Hall, which is basically just a big open kind of warehousey event space.
And there we see some scenes.
Yeah, there you go. So we have invested a lot of time, money, and resources, as has the factory, in completely transforming Jameson Hall into a theater, like you're seeing the photos of.
Now, what was the, as far as getting it ready, what did you kind of have a vision of what you wanted this space to be like?
Yeah, we kind of sketched out. Matt Logan, who runs the company with myself, we've always been a big fan of a thrust concept. So it's a 3/4 thrust. So the main seating bank is about 220 seats in the main seating bank, and then we've got 40 seats on each side. So the audience actually sits on 3 sides of the stage. And it's stadium style seating, I think, as you saw in the pictures there. And the action is kind of on the ground level. But I mean, we had to put in a permanent lighting infrastructure, sound infrastructure, risers, platforms, theater seats, like $25,000 worth of velvet draping. I mean, like the whole thing.
Right.
So,
but it must be nice to have a permanent home now.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And it's people that walk in, even people that have been in that room before, they walk in and go, I don't even know where I am. I've never seen it look like this. So.
And you guys too, the way you stage things. I mean, I think it's always amazing the way you stage things. But I mean, this is going to, I think, give you even more flexibility because you're there in your own space and you can have
absolutely.
A little more. Yeah.
And our offices and rehearsal hall and costume shop and everything is on the same campus. So that is such a luxury that we've never had before. And the performance area and our backstage and everything is so much bigger than what we're used to. So it does certainly open up many, many possibilities we didn't have before.
Very excited about that, and really excited about this upcoming season. Now, blockbusters of the stage and screen, you're kicking it off in September right now with Fiddler on the Roof. Now, we're going to talk about it first, but first let's give you a little preview of Fiddler. This is the trailer for Fiddler on the Roof at Studio Tenn.
Fiddler on the Roof. Sounds crazy, no? But in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it's so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka's our home. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in one word. Tradition.
Excited already.
Yeah.
Now, it's a big anniversary for Fiddler as well.
Yes, this month marks the 50th anniversary of Fiddler on the Roof opening on Broadway.
Wow.
And we actually didn't even realize that when we scheduled the show, but we pretend like we did it on purpose.
It was just, yeah, perfect. So tell me a little bit about what we're going to be seeing in this production.
It's, I mean, it's a classic, and we like to, as you know, you've seen a lot of our shows, like to put our own stamp on things. So it will have, I think, a unique Studio Tenn stamp to it in the design elements specifically, but we have a killer cast. It's just an incredible group, and everybody's local except for Peter Kavoyan, who has come in from Chicago to play Tevye. He's done the role before. He was in the original Broadway cast of Phantom of the Opera and Zorba back in the 80s, and he's just such a seasoned professional that's been doing this forever, and he's fabulous, and he's just a great guy. But everybody surrounding him, Nan Gurley, who we've all seen a lot in town, who's wonderful, is playing his wife. Kim Breton. There's several Belmont students involved in this production because so much of the cast is younger, that we cast a lot of students from the musical theater department at Belmont University. And we've got some incredible dancers that are doing all the Russian stuff. And it's going to be a world-class presentation of this classic musical.
Now, this being the 50th anniversary of Fiddler, was there a bit of a challenge in saying, what can we do to make it fresh, to make it new?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I mean, we always approach, our mission revolves around producing classics, right? But we love to do them in an innovative way. And we specifically choose shows that we believe we can either present in a new and different way, or perhaps the story can be told better in 2014. Because, you know, people told stories differently 50 years ago when this was written.
Right.
We didn't have Netflix and all these things that we have now. So, you know, we've done a few different things with it, but, you know, we certainly don't want to take away from what was there to begin with, which it's kind of a foolproof show. It is so well written.
Yeah, yeah. All right, coming up, and that runs through February 21st.
September 21st.
September, thank you. I'm getting ahead of myself. October 30th, though, Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
Tell me about this is one of my all-time favorite shows. It never gets old. It's just the most incredibly written, fun show to see. So tell us about that.
It's a classic. I mean, we, you know, for the last 2 years, our straight plays that we've done were Frost Nixon and 12 Angry Men, which you and I were both in together. Very, very male-heavy dramas. So we decided, okay, it's time to, you know, throw a bone to our brilliant female acting community here. And, you know, we're big on Southern pieces because who to do them better but a theater company in the South. And we love this piece. It's a classic, and we could have cast it 4 times over.
Oh, I bet.
I mean,
tell me who the cast.
The cast is Marguerite Hall as Truvy, Nan Gurley as Weezer, Shalene Newman as Mellin, Ruth Cordell as Clary, Emily Landum as Shelby, and Evelyn O'Neill Brush as Annelle.
Oh, that's going to be great.
And they're going to be phenomenal.
Yeah,
I can't imagine a stronger cast anywhere.
That is incredible. October 30th through November 9th, Steel Magnolias. Okay, you're changing it up this Christmas and bringing another classic, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, so we've done Christmas Carol 4 years in a row. And this last year we did it at TPAC, and we felt like we kind of produced the definitive production of what we wanted to do at TPAC. And we said, let's change it up next season. And we may bring Christmas Carol back again, but we're doing It's a Wonderful Life. It's the full movie live on stage, so the whole cast of characters will be there, and we're excited to, you know, recreate Bedford Falls and Franklin.
I tell you, just as a reminder, make sure you get those tickets early. I mean, for all of these shows, but especially Christmas, you want to get those as soon as possible. December 4th through the 21st, It's a Wonderful Life. The Cash Legacy coming February 19th.
Yeah, so we created our first original show last season, which was the Hank Legacy, based on the song catalog of Hank Williams. That was such a hit and garnered so much attention from not only the theater community but also the music community here in Nashville that we decided to create a new review around the catalog of Johnny Cash. And you'll hear every musical style from country to bluegrass to R&B to rock and roll to rockabilly and everything in between. And we basically just cast 8 phenomenal singer, musician, songwriters and let them do their thing. And I kind of call it a theatrical jam session.
Oh, that's a good way to,
It kind of skates the line between musical and concert.
Excellent. I want to make sure we get time for this too, The Wizard of Oz. But February 19th through March 1st, The Cash Legacy. And then finally, in about final 50 seconds, The Wizard of Oz, May 28th through June 7th.
The Wizard of Oz, what can you say? It's classic. We're going to be doing an all-out design extravaganza. Matt Logan will outdo himself, I'm certain of it. In the way that all of those wonderful fantasy creatures are interpreted. But it's going to be a full orchestra. It's going to be that lush film score that we all know and love. and we're really excited about what we can do with the design. But it's a family favorite, and I know that's going to sell too. So
I mean, every one of these incredible lineups. So Jake, it's always great to have you here. Get your tickets now, studiotenn.com for that information. Make sure you go. All these shows going to be sell out. All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of Out and About Today. We'll see you next time. Good night.